Hey everybody, welcome to Grace with Paul Gray. This is the third part of our little weekly series this week called You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. In the first day we zeroed in on a little conversation that Jesus had with his disciples the night before he died. John 14 verses 11 to 13. He said this, "Believe me when I say that I am in the Father and the Father is in me, or at least believe on the evidence of the works I do. Very truly, I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the same works I've been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father. And I will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son." An amazing statement. After Jesus had done all of these miracles, he knew he was going to be going back to heaven, was going to be crucified the next day. And he said, listen, you guys can do even greater things than I did. I can't really put myself in their shoes, but I doubt if they believed him. And you know, I can put myself in my shoes, and for most of my life, I haven't believed that I can do even greater things than Jesus. I doubt that many of us do believe that. But that's what he said, so maybe we should take a little better look at that. So far, we've focused on what Jesus said, believe because you've seen something done. And we talked about things like for centuries, nobody thought a person, a human being, could run a mile in under 4 minutes. Then in 1954, the world saw Roger Bannister do that, and all of a sudden people saw that and they thought, oh, well, it can be done. Maybe I can do that. Same thing with the Wright brothers with the heavier than air flight. You know, nobody believed that was possible, or hardly anybody did. But once they saw it happen, they got to thinking, oh, that can happen. Maybe I can be a part of that. Well, today I want to talk about some other obvious things. We've also talked about today we can communicate with millions of people real time around the world just because of technology, things that have been invented. But I want to talk about some other things in regard to the field of medicine and science. Jesus did miracles, lots of miracles, raised people from the dead and restored missing limbs and healed the blind and the deaf and the lame and things like that. But of course now we are able to do that too, because of modern medicine and what's happened there, and because many people have the gift of healing, and they have spoken over people and healed them. And with science, with medicine, we can do things like raise people from the dead with defibrillators, things like that. We can give blood transfusions. We can even give liver and lungs and heart transplants. We've got artificial limbs that work, that we put on people. We can implant sperm so people who were thought they were childless can have babies. Ben Carson, our Secretary of Housing today, was a neurosurgeon, and he separated conjoined twins who were conjoined at their head. Well, now sure, Jesus could have done things like that, but we don't have a record that he did things like separating twins or all of that kind of stuff. But now, due to tech advantages, tech inventions and things like that, and scientific things, we can do even greater things than what he actually did. At least greater than what the people in Jesus' day would have thought were possible. And I want to talk about quantum physics, or quantum science, or quantum spirituality, because they're really all the same thing. Today, we can do even greater things than Jesus did, because we can explain to people and we can prove by the technology that we have to measure things and observe things, we can prove things like quantum leaps and quantum entanglements and the double split union. We can show beyond a shadow of doubt that everybody and everything is connected. We can show how we actually are one with God and with each other. We can explain things that Jesus wasn't able to explain to people then, because they didn't have the understanding and the background, and the technological advances hadn't yet been made. So now we can explain scientifically how some of those things work, and a whole greater number of people are able to see and believe and realize that. Now, those are fascinating things. I haven't told you anything today that you don't know. But tomorrow, as we finish this series, I'm going to talk about the most amazing thing that we can do today that Jesus actually could not do. An even greater thing than Jesus did. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. It's tremendously exciting, and you won't want to miss it. See you then.